Good morning, Paula.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you doing today, Paula?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Uh, Okay, I'm quite well. Last week I had a technical issue with my internet, so I had to call off to cancel the the web. No, we had a I had a technical issue, and we have to finish. Maybe it was about 11:50. I don't know. I don't remember, but sorry for that. Okay. Now we have two students. We have Paula Alejandra and Valentina. Valentina, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, good, Valentina. So we're going to start our session for today. Today is August the 13th, and remember that we are about to finish our English course. Next week, we are going to close all the activities. Remember that yesterday, activity number 5, the writing forum, closed. I hope you could send the task, the final task. In that activity, you had to submit a writing. No, you have to submit a writing a text. I hoped you could do it. And now the final exam is available for you. No, it opened on August the 1st, and it will be available. It will be open until August the 22nd. So remember that this is a very important activity. It is 125 points, which are very worth to pass this English course. So you have to take your time. You have to check out the topics, the English topics of the course, and take your time to present, to take the test. There, you're going to be evaluated in all the communicative skills: reading, writing, grammar, listening. So you have to read some text and answer some questions. You have to listen to some audios and answer the questions. You have to look at some advice or some announcements and answer the question. And the grammar. The grammar will be evaluated too in that final exam. So remember, take your time. Maybe I don't know if you have time this weekend. Remember that on on Monday it's a holiday, so I suppose you can have enough time to present the test, and try to avoid to leave for the last minute to present this test. Okay, so we are going to start, and today we are going to try to speak about. According to the time, maybe two or three topics. I'm going to ask some questions about different topics. I have thought and I have prepared some questions about internet, about English, the language, and about a bucket list. So we're going to start with the first one. We are going to start talking about internet. So I'm going to ask you some questions about how you use internet, and what is the importance of this resource. Of this social media for you. We're going to start with Paula. Paula, how many hours per day do you spend online?
Sorry, teacher. How many?
How many hours? How many hours per day do you spend online?
And it's depend
It depends on what.
is for example, for homework of the school or in social media or for investigate something.
Okay, no, we are going to take into account everything you do online. For instance, you are searching or you are investigating, you are searching for an information, uh, you are chatting, WhatsApp, you are looking at Facebook, everything. How many hours per day?
Maybe 4 hours.
How many? Repeat, please.
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay, 4 hours a day. Do you think is it too many or is it a little? 2 hours, 4 hours a day.
I think that is a little compared
It,
with other persons.
okay. Okay, taking into account that there are people who spend, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 hours online, you said that 4 is a little. Okay. Eh, how, what is your preferred search engine? You know what is the search engine? For example, the search engines are Mozilla, Opera, Edge. So, what is your preferred search engine, Paula?
Mm, no, teacher, I don't know.
What do you use? For example, do you use Google Chrome? You use Mozilla? You use Opera? I don't know. What do you use in order to look for some information? What search engine? That's in Spanish, motor de búsqueda.
Okay. I usually use Google.
Google Chrome, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Eh, and what's social media do you have?
I have two social media, TikTok and Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. And which one do you use the most?
I use most Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. Why?
Um, because in the social media, I could be more videos, more interesting to me.
Okay. Now, Valentina, it's your turn. Valentina, how many hours per day do you spend online?
I say almost the whole day because I am either playing, listening to music, or studying or searching for reference to draw.
I don't know you, Valentina.
Excuse me?
Please speak up. Speak up,
Oh,
Valentina. No.
I say that I spend almost the whole day on online because I'm either playing, listening to music, or doing some research or things to draw, reference, and studying.
Okay, so you are online all the time because you do
Yeah.
different things, different activities in online. Eh, what is your preferred search engine, Valentina?
I'll say uh, when I'm searching for information or other things, it's Google. And when it comes to reference for drawings, I say I use Pinterest.
Okay, Pinterest. But I don't know too much about that. But Pinterest, in my case, there are too many activities that I can do with the students. What why do you use for that? What do you use for that Pinterest?
Well, I use Pinterest mostly for, well, like I say, drawing reference, and sometimes just to search for funny memes or things, or yeah. I don't really use it that much for important things, just silly
Okay.
things.
Okay. Okay. Eh, how often, Valentina, how often do you search the internet for an answer to a trivial question, for something which is not important?
Not that not that much sometimes when I see something that's interesting but has nothing, but it's not really important.
Okay, and what social media do you use, Valentina?
X, Twitter, and TikTok. It's
X.
the social media I use the most
Okay. Why do you like TikTok?
because of the videos and different guides I find for my games.
Okay, but do you look or do you yes, do you look for something special in TikTok or you are scroll up, scroll down, no more?
Just scrolling.
Okay, just scrolling. Okay. Remember that when we have a screen, no? Like a computer or like a tablet or like a cell phone, when we are doing like this, scroll up or scroll down, no? Or just scrolling. Okay, now Steven. Hello, Steven.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, Steven, we are talking about today. I said previously that we are going to talk about three different topics. This is the first one. This is internet. We are talking about internet. So, Steven, how many hours per day do you spend online?
Uh, how many hours? I think 6
6 hours.
hours, uh, more or less, because uh, um, some things I many hours, 10 hours, but other days 0 hours.
Okay, it depends on what.
What?
It depends on what. What is the difference? Why do you use some days 5, 6 hours online, and why some days do you don't use or you are not online?
Oh, sometimes I live from home uh, every day. Yes, and don't use my phone or my computer. But other days, I have used this phone or computer for task work, and I useful many hours.
Okay. Steven, what social media do you use?
Instagram, yes.
Instagram. Why do you like to use Instagram?
Oh, I like football, and I use Instagram for uh, watch news and others um, and others topics.
Okay, okay. Let's go to Paula again. Paula, what smartphone do you have? What smartphone do you have?
What smartphone?
What smartphone do you have? What cell phone do you have?
I have a iPhone and Huawei.
Okay. And do you take your cell phone all the time with you?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. And do you usually turn off your cell phone at nights?
Turn off at night. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And when you are, for example, on the street in a shopping center, I don't know, in a shopping mall, what do you usually do with your cell phone?
When I am in the street,
Yes.
I have my cell phone in my bag.
But what do you use it for? For example, when you are with a friend, hanging around with friends in a shopping mall, what do you use with your cell phone? You
Um, for do um, call
Mhm.
for
And
my mom or my dad.
okay, do you usually play online games, Paula?
No, teacher, I don't have play games.
Okay, neither in your PC, neither nor in your cell phone. Nope.
No,
Okay. Valentina, what about you? Do you usually play online games?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay. Where do you play those online games, in your computer or in your cell phone?
In both, but mostly on the PC.
On your PC, on your computer. Okay. Uh, what kind of games do you play?
Mostly RPG games, games of role.
Games of roles. Okay. And do you usually talk to people from other cities, other countries?
Mm, I did it years ago. Now I don't.
Why? Why did it change?
Because I don't know, I started to be pretty much social at work and I couldn't socialize normally anymore for
But did,
different things.
okay, but did you have any bad experience with that?
Not really, just some experience, bad experience outside of all of that.
Okay. Eh, now, Steven, what about you? Do you usually play online games
Yes, I usually play video
in
games.
in your PC or in your cell phone?
Um, Only in my computer, yes.
On your computer? What kind of games do you play?
Uh, for example, sports, soccer, football, and careers. Yes, F1
Ah, races.
racing. Yes,
Yes,
racing.
races. Yes.
And mm, for example, Sandbox. Video games sandbox. For example, Jurassic World Evolution, yes, and
Okay.
others, yes.
Okay. I don't know too much about that topic because I am 49 years old, and I think that the only games I played was something like Mario Bros or Pac-Man.
Okay,
That's all I did it. Now
okay,
I don't like that kind of games. Uh, uh, Steven, what smartphone or what cell phone do you have?
I have Xiaomi Redmi Note
Okay.
11. Yes.
Okay. Do you like any or what is your favorite smartphone, cell phone? Taking into
My
account the trademark, no? Samsung, I don't know.
uh, Apple is a good it's a good option.
It's a good option, but it's a little expensive, no?
Yes, yes,
It's a little
yes,
expensive.
exactly.
Yes, it's a little expensive. So Paula has an iPhone, and I don't know, an iPhone is about 3 or 4 million.
Yes.
Uh, that's very expensive. But I have understood that those kind of cell phones are very good, are very good because they don't have too much technical problems. For example, you don't have to restart a telephone like this. Mm, but with other cell phones happen a lot. Okay, okay, we have another student here. Let me see, Flor Marina. Good morning, Flor Marina. How are you today?
Good morning, teacher. Excuse
Okay.
me,
Are you
excuse me.
working?
You working? Not least. I know speaking
Okay.
because my mother in the hospital. Uh,
Okay, Flor Marina. It doesn't matter.
I listen. I listen. Thank
Okay,
you.
you are going to listen no more. Yes, that's right. Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Eh, Paula, do you do online shopping?
Mm, no, teacher.
Okay, you are not 18 years old, right? Or yes?
10 years old?
You are 18 years old? Or how old are you?
I am 16 years old.
Okay, 16 years. I don't know. You can buy online? Yes. If you have a credit card, if you had a you can do online shopping, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, but do you usually do or no? Or not?
No,
No?
no.
No, you don't like or you don't like or you don't do online shopping. Steven, do you do online shopping?
Yes, yes. For example, um, I shop. Um, I get products very uh, little, not expensive. Yes.
Okay, cheap.
Cheap. Yes, yes. For not get a danger. Yes.
Okay. Okay, if the product is expensive, maybe there is more danger. Okay,
Yes,
you think
yes.
that? Okay, so you buy online, but not expensive things.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, and what kind of products do you like to buy online?
Uh, for example, it's um, ¿cómo se llama? Bracelets,
Bracelets? For
bracelets
okay.
for a watch, for a clock. Yes.
Okay, but something like a smartwatch.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Um, shoes, but not expensive shoes, mm, and other things very cheap, cheap.
Okay, but something or products related to technology, I suppose.
Yes, yes. For example, I think some 1 year 1 year out I shop auricular headphones.
Earphones.
Yes, yes, and it's okay. Yes,
Okay.
it's a good shop.
And do you have some preferred websites to buy online?
Yes, yes, websites, mm, true sites, confiables.
Okay, trolley. Have you ever bought in website like Temu, Shane?
Uh, uh, but if you shop in these apps, uh, shop chips products because not do you lose the money.
Okay, but do you think that those websites, those applications like Shemo and Temu and Shane are trustful?
Uh, sometimes. Uh, for example, do you get a phone for 3 millions, 4 millions in Temu?
Mm.
It's very dangerous. But for example, um, protector case for a phone, if you can get.
Yes, I agree with you. I think you are not going to buy a computer. You are not going to go to buy a tablet in those applications. But if you are interested in buying a, a watch, a simple watch, a case, you can do it. I agree with you. Valentina, what about you? Do you usually buy online?
I don't, but my mom does a lot. So if I want something, I usually tell her, and she's the one that gets it.
Okay, but your mother actually does.
Yes, she
Okay,
does.
and does she have a favorite website, a favorite application to buy online?
She mostly use Temu.
Temu. Okay, I know that everybody knows Temu, because you can find many advices, many announcements on YouTube and in different pages. So it's well known. It's a well known application. It's a well known website. And Valentina, what do you usually buy online? What kind of products? What things do you usually buy online?
I say mostly accessories and sometimes clothes, but wear times.
Okay. Do you buy clothes, right?
Yeah, my mom is the one that buys clothes most of the time. When
Okay.
she buys something for me, it's mostly accessories.
Okay, but I don't know. I think that to buy clothes online for me is not a good option. I like to put on the clothes. I like to look at the mirror and look how the cloth fits on me. I don't know. I think that to buy online clothes it's not a good option, but everyone or it depends on the people, no. And another factor to take into account here is that the size are different, no, the size are different. because you are an S size, but in different clothes you can be an L or an M. It's different, so I don't think it's a good option. Okay, now we are going to change of topic. Now we are going to talk about English. English. We are going to talk about our language, the language we are studying. Paula, why do you study English?
I study English because for me it's very important. For example, for travels or other opportunities in this country or another country, it's important know the language.
Okay. How did you feel, or how do you feel? How do you feel in present? How do you feel about the English education you have received at the school?
Um, Especially in English.
Yes, taking into account English, not science, not biology, not mathematics. Taking into account English, how do you feel about the education you have received at the school?
In my school, the education of the area English is for me so because in my school I started English since sixth grade, no since zero grade, um, and as it is um, a very important start the other language uh, while we are child, and
Okay.
the topic is always the same, present perfect.
Okay, Paula. So you didn't study English from when you were in primary school?
No, teacher.
No, you started studying English from sixth grade.
Yes, teacher.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I supposed that in all schools, in primary, uh, all around the country, here in Colombia, everybody, all the children were studying English, but that's I didn't know that. Okay, so you started studying English from sixth grade. So you are now in 10th grade, Paula?
Sure.
In 10th grade, right?
Yes, in 10th grade.
So you have only studied English for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 years, no more.
Yes.
Okay, but you have learned it. You have learned it a lot, but I think that you have learned it by yourself, no, by yourself, not in the
Yes,
school.
honored by myself.
Okay. Have you had, Paula? Have you had any native teacher?
Native teacher?
Yes, native English speaker teacher.
No,
No.
no.
Okay. And do you study another language in high school or only English?
Only English, Spanish.
Okay. Eh, Valentina, what about you? Eh, how do you feel about the English language education you have received at the school?
Well, the English education I received in my school, I say it was pretty good, actually.
Pretty good. Okay. Have you had good teachers?
Yes, the first teacher I have, it was when I was in the primary years. She first teach me English, but then she changed and start teaching Spanish later. And the teacher I have after, I was with her all the years I have in school, and she was really a really good teacher. She teach English really good.
And have you had any native English speaker teacher?
English native, no, but I did have a private tutor that lived like 50 years in the United States.
Ah, okay, okay. And how long did you study with him or her? Is it a woman or a man?
It was
It was.
it was for just a few months, I think, because he had to leave. I'm not sure. I don't remember really well.
Ah, okay, but that was a good experience. Remember that when we studied English or a different language, a second language, English, French, or whatever, if you have the opportunity to speak all the time, to practice every day, that's quite well. You are going to learn a lot because we as teachers always say that you have to improve your speaking, you have to improve your listening or your reading, but how can you improve that? Practicing. You have to practice all the time. And if you have a person, a tutor, a teacher, who is with you, I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours a week, that's quite well. That's quite good because you can improve. You can uh, start listening, start speaking, and that's a good option. Uh, Steven, what about you, Steven? Why are you studying English first?
Uh, Birds, I think um, remember a study in my school. Bueno, my brother starts studying English a few years, and I think I learned with my brother, but not is really for me. And in another year, I in enter in a bilingual school, and finally I start learn English in this school.
Okay, is your brother older or younger?
Older.
Older. Okay. And does he speak English well?
Yes. He learned English, and he need practice. Yes, with the language.
Okay. But does he live here in Colombia?
Yes.
Okay. And have you had good experience with English teachers, Steven?
Uh, Really, not. Not but because in other teachers, for example, in my bilingual school, I don't really interacting with my teachers, but in this university, I interact interacting with my teacher.
Okay, when you were in the bilingual school, you took, mm, for example, biology classes in English, or
Uh,
only?
Yes, yes, some materials,
Subjects, some subjects.
some subjects are in English. For example, art, for example, it's exercise, physical exercise. For example, technology, I think, um, and English, obviously, and others I don't remember.
Okay, but that is quite interesting because I know that in many bilingual schools or high schools, students have to receive or have to take the classes in English. No, all the subjects, all the
Yes.
classes. For example, biology, chemistry. Sorry, chemical, no chemistry, biology, social science in English, and that's quite good. Uh, but I know that teach English in the high schools is not easy. It's not easy because we as teachers have some problems. For example, when you have 40, 30 students in a classroom, it's very difficult to try to your students speak, no, to interact. It's very difficult to interact because you need a smaller group, but if you have 30 students, it's quite difficult to try them to speak. And sometimes we as teachers tend to teach too much grammar, no? Too much grammar. For instance, you are going to teach present simple, and you say, okay, you have to write the subject, the verb, the complement, and we teach the affirmative, negative, and all of these topics, which are not very easy, and we tend to study or to teach only grammar. But when we are learning a language, we have to interact. As Steven says, it's very important to interact. So you have the opportunity to interact, to speak with anyone, do it. Do it. Okay. Now, Paula, uh, do you use do you use technology to study English? Do you use any resource, any tool related to technology in order to study English?
Yes, teacher.
What do you use? Do you
I
have any, do you use any application, for example, to study English?
yes, teacher. Two application.
What?
Um,
Which ones?
Duolingo and
Duolingo.
Ewa.
Okay. What do you think about those applications?
I think that um, they are good in grammar and for reading.
Okay, o sea, they are good for grammar and for reading.
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay, so you can improve your grammar and you can improve your reading skills. Okay, but in those, I don't know too much about those applications. Do you have the opportunity to practice speaking, for example, with those applications?
Something in this application.
Okay. Do you have the free applications, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, but I suppose there are some paid applications where you can practice and you can study better. I suppose that, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. And how often do you use, for example, Duolingo? Every day?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's good. You have to take advantage of the resources of the tools we have. Valentina, do you have any applications to study English?
Not really.
No, you don't have. You don't use anyone, any application.
No, I
No.
do read in English, but it's not in a educational platform. It's just
Okay.
uh like an archive to read.
And what do you like to read? What topics do you like,
Mm,
or do you prefer?
Mostly fanfics about I don't know, games or sometimes fantasy, books about
Fantasy.
fantasy.
But the readings are, I don't know, tales, articles. What do you read?
I can say
Stories.
tales,
Tale.
stories mostly.
Okay, tales, stories. The readings are short or long?
I have found some that are short, but most of the time I try to find long ones because I like
Okay.
to read.
Okay, you like to read. And do you or have you read any literary book in English?
Not yet, but I am looking forward to do it.
Okay. When we read some literary book like, for example, a poem, a novel, it's not very easy to understand because the language is a little different, no? Remember when it happens in Spanish, it happens in all the languages. For instance, if you are going to read a novel by Garcia Marquez, the language is not the same that we use in our daily life, no? So it happens the same in English. When you are going to read a novel, a poem, it's a little difficult to understand the message. Steven, now you uh, have you had the opportunity to speak with a native speaker, with a native English speaker?
Uh, I don't understand.
Have you had have you had the opportunity to speak, to talk to a
uh,
native English speaker, a person who comes from, I don't know, from England, from the United States? Have you had the opportunity to talk to a person like this?
uh, yes, I have a friend from United States, but I don't talk with her with he uh, in many times.
Okay, but you have talked to her, to, it's a woman or no, it's a man? No, a
No,
man.
no, no. It's a man. Yes.
Okay. You have talked to him in English
Um. Uh. Not occasionally.
occasionally. Okay. But when you listen to him, is it hard? Is it difficult or easy to understand him?
Uh, it's a little difficult. More, for example, we talk with someone learn English and talk with him with me. Uh, a native person speak more fast.
Yes, yes. A native English speaker usually speaks fast, no? Speaks
Yes,
fast,
yes.
as we do in Spanish, no? In Spanish, we don't say "ay, la, la." No, we speaks fluently. We speak fluently, and it's the same with English people. They speak fast and they use too many contractions. I have said all the time the same. Maybe it's not how fast they speak, but it's how they use contractions. No, they use contractions when they are speaking in the daily life. They use too many contractions, so you are not going to say I am going to, I am going to. No, they just say I'm gonna. So they are not speaking fast. No, they are not speaking fast, but they are using contractions. No, they are not going to say I am going to do. No, they are going to say I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do. Okay, it's the same sentence, but they are using contractions, so they are not speaking so fast, but they are using contractions, and they say only one sentence, one shorter sentence. Now I'm gonna do, and that's all. And that's why it's very difficult to understand native speakers because they use those contractions. And okay, and sometimes they speak fast. They speak fast. Paula, have you had the opportunity to speak with a person who comes from other country in English?
No teacher in this moment. I
No.
don't have the possibility.
Okay. Okay, remember that if you had that opportunity, you have to take advantage of that. Remember that, for example, if you wanna practice, if you wanna practice your writing, you can do it in something like ChatGPT. If you write in English, the ChatGPT is going to answer you, no? So that's a good way to practice your writing. Your writing. You can say, you can open the ChatGPT and you can say, "Hello, how are you?" And he is going to answer you. And you can continue. You can keep on writing with ChatGPT, and it's going to answer everything in English. So that's a good idea to practice your writing. However, in order to practice your speaking, you must have a person. You must try to find a person, especially if it's a native speaker, in order to practice, in order to practice your listening, because we as teachers, we as Colombian teachers, our pronunciation maybe it's good, but it's not as native speakers do, no? They have a special pronunciation, no? It happens, for example, when an American man, an American woman who lives here for 15, 20 years is not going to speak Spanish like us, no? He's not going to pronounce Spanish like us. And it's the same. We are learning to pronunciate English, but our pronunciation is not going to be the best, no? Uh, so we have to try to keep on studying, to keep on improving our speaking, and the best way to improve our speaking is listening, first listening and then speaking, no? First listening and then speaking, because when we listen, we understand how we have to pronounce the words, how we have to pronounce a sentence, how we have to say something in English, and then we have to speak, no? We have to speak. It's very important. Eh, Sometimes we are very shy and we don't speak in Spanish, so it's more difficult to speak in English. If we don't speak in Spanish, that is our native language, it's very difficult to speak using a second language, but we have to try to do it. Okay. Another question, Valentina. Eh, Have you, Valentina, have you taken any English test? Any English international test, Valentina?
No,
No?
no, not really.
Okay. I remember that maybe when you you have studied a little more, you can present, you can take an English test, an English international test, because it's a good way to know your real level, no? Your real level, no? There you are going to demonstrate how good you are at English. Valentina, is English easier or difficult for you?
It's easier for me because I am always surrounded by something in English. Because most of the games I play are often in English with English voices. I listen to a lot of English music and I see a lot of English things on the internet. And I am someone self-taught in English. So
Oh,
it's pretty easy for me because I started learning since I was young.
okay, that's a good point, Valentina. That's a good point. We we talk about immersion. Immersion. When we talk about immersion, we say that all around us has to be in English. No, the music we listen to in English, the series, the TV we watch in English. No, our cell phone, everything in English, our PC in English. That's a good way to be immersed in that language. And you are not going to realize, but if you had everything in English around you, you are going to be motivated to learn. You are going to internally learn many things. So that's very important. Steven, is it for you, is it English easy or difficult?
Mm, I don't say easy or difficult because, for example, read and listening English is easy, but talk in English is difficult. And this is for everything.
Okay, so remember that we have different skills, different competencies, no? For example, you can be good at writing, but you can't be good at speaking, no? It depends on the person. It depends on each person. We have different skills, different competencies. So maybe you are good to do something, but you are not enough good to do another thing. So,
Yeah.
but we have to try to improve all the four skills, the four competence. Now you have to read, you have to write, you have to listen, and you have to speak. Okay, guys, so that's all for today. We have finished our session for today. It's 12 o'clock. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. if you are available, guys. That's all for today. See you on. Okay, teacher. Okay, Paula, tell me you have a question.
Teacher,
Yes.
¿cuándo es que termina el curso?
Let me see. 22 de agosto, si no estoy mal.
Ok, o sea, que más o menos a qué fechas toca pagar el siguiente.
Hay una matrícula que está abierta hasta el 3 de septiembre. Ahí para matricular. Y el curso arranca el 11 de septiembre. Ya ustedes en ese se pueden matricular.
Ok, teacher. Y
¿Listo?
el siguiente nivel ¿es cuál?
Es B2,
Ah, ok.
B2. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, you're welcome. Have a good day. Have a good lunch.
Thank you,
See you.
teacher. Have a good
See
Thank
day.
you,
you.
teacher.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye bye.